A major anniversary like this is really a time both to reflect on what's come before and how we got to where we are today, and also to look forward and think about the future.
We felt that the best way to commemorate our 20 years was to really honor our tradition of engagement with the best and brightest researchers in the world, and to do it in as open a way as possible. We have assembled 6 teams. Each of these teams is led by a distinguished external colleague of Microsoft Research and a real leader in the computing research community. And we've already presented to each of the teams a set of questions designed to challenge each of the teams to think about what advice would make a difference for tomorrow's leaders. After the brainstorming, we'll reconvene in this room where we'll ask you to report out on your deliberations. The results of today's brainstorming will be captured on video and offered on the web as a gift to young researchers. I just can't tell you how anxious I am to see what you all come up with. Now get to work, all right?
So we're going to go right into the brief outs from the ideation teams. Let me now first call up the Babbage team. Brief out representative.
I wouldn't ever tell somebody new in their career, aspire to mere competence. I would tell them, find out, if you find something that you are really passionate about, for heaven's sakes, go do that. The world needs people to do that.
This may be going forward the way that computing research should behave. Try and solve some important problem in society to advance the frontiers of computer science.
If you want revolutions in transportation or energy or healthcare or education or scientific discovery or national security, then you need revolutions, innovations in computing.
Ed was my advisor at UW when I was here in computer science. And I want to tell a story about Ed's mentoring style and how he inspired me to do better. And so, I was one of the first guys working in, if not the first guy, working in a new field, which has since been pretty influential and then growing. But I was one of the first guys working in it, and so I was very excited, and I had a lot of ideas I wanted to pursue, and I was very excited to achieve them. And so one day I'm in my office and browsing the web, and I look upon a blog post where someone else is starting to work on this kind of stuff, and they're having some ideas that might be kind of similar to mine. And so I send Ed a mail, and I send him, look at this blog post, send them a link. They're not onto exactly what I'm working on, but they might get there eventually. And so I expected Ed to be very thoughtful in his response, and he certainly was. And so he wrote me back a 2-word reply that I often repeat to my students. It was, run faster.
The lesson I take away from this is that work on things that you think are fun. Don't try and have a plan in advance, too much of a plan in advance about what you want to do. And again, the importance of, like Ed mentioned, the importance of teaching. I mean, this guy, Tom, who none of you have ever heard of, and hasn't had any real impact in the field, was hugely influential to me. And so you can really impact people by sort of showing them the way.
You've got to be the architect of that vision. And you got to hold to that vision the way the architect holds to the plans of the building. But you've also got to be the chief engineer. You've got to know everything about what makes that building stand and how to build up from. It's all a bottom-up building process, but you can't deviate from the vision or you'll get some kind of crazy building. So be architect and chief engineer.
As advice for junior people, you try to pick mentors, and not one mentor, but many mentors.
The best ideas are the simple ones that others had not thought of. It's called duh. And your goal as a student is to hit that one where everybody else in the audience goes, I wish I'd done that one.
So Microsoft Research has grown in a pretty substantial way over the years. The last 20 years of my life have just been a lot of fun. And frankly, it just seems to get more fun as the years go by rather than less. I think that's important. I heard that in the advice today, and it resonated with me. Thank you.